When I was a dancer at Sheffield Spearmint Rhino, there were a lot of dirty dancing. In fact, the entire Spearmint Rhino chain is well known for this throughout the industry. Girls often gave out the telephone numbers and met with customers. Management very seedy and pervy with dancers. Other dancers have also confirmed this in reviews and to me directly. At the club's hearing in 2018, it was stated that dancers would deliberately get men drunk as a way to get much more money off them. A dancer currently at Spearmint Rhino confirmed this to independent investigators. It's also been stated by punters leaving reviews. This is illegal. I understand the Spearmint Rhino chain has paid out cash settlements in court cases for exploiting customers financially while they were drunk. There's a lot of criminal activity in strip clubs, drugs, drug dealing, prostitution, fraud and trafficking. Some of this is going on in Spearmint Rhino, Sheffield. A man that was selling drugs there has recently contacted me to confirm he was selling drugs there and that the door staff were aware of this. I'm willing to give his name and contact details to South Yorkshire Police and the council. He was also exploiting women from this club and others, forcing them to commit crimes. He tried doing this to me unsuccessfully, but he exploited many other women. One was even jailed because of it. As a dancer, I was often not paid my wages, and this happened at Spearmint Rhino, Leicester. I was told CCTV would be wiped, and so were other dancers, to make it look like we were never even on the premises. We were told we would lose our jobs if we told anyone. The regional manager was part of this and ensured we handed over our money tokens. The regional manager is still working for Spearmint Rhino. He was at last year's licensing hearing for the Sheffield club. Clearly there are serious issues with the entire Spearmint Rhino chain. Last year's hearing showed that there have been issues over a long period of time at Spearmint Rhino, Sheffield. 3 of its former lap dancers gave testimonies against the club. All 3 had worked there during different time frames. Because we spoke out, we've received abuse from some of the club staff, their partners and friends. We've been insulted. We've been called liars. It was claimed that we had never even worked there by management. They claimed they'd checked all their records and we were not on them. I can prove that I was. So the club must be committing fraud, as they clearly have not declared the house fees and commissions they took from me for years. Besides, Spearmint Rhino staff have always sworn to the council that there is no sexual contact. There is now hard evidence to show that they're lying about this. There isn't just sexual contact, there is sexual contact to an extreme degree. If they have the audacity to lie about this, how can you possibly believe anything else they tell you? I've seen firsthand from working in the club and from last year's hearing and on social media how the staff have conducted themselves, and it is extremely unprofessional and intimidating. I'm in contact with other Rhino dancers who will not speak out because of this. I would like to say how difficult it has been for me and other dancers, both former and current, to speak out against Spearmint Rhino and what we've experienced both in the club and throughout our lives. We've disclosed how we got into the industry and how we've been mentally, sexually and physically abused in our lives. We spoke of being raped and how we have been exploited for crime in this and other clubs. It's been alleged that one of the managers has pressured female staff to have sex with him in order to keep their job. That's rape. I've reported this as a third party to South Yorkshire Police and been told a complaint has to come directly from the complainants, who of course are too scared to speak out. There have been multiple breaches of both the licensing policy and the law by Spearmint Rhino and its staff. This is shown not just in the testimony of former dancers, including myself, but by the evidence from independent investigators that the council now has.